What's up, YouTube? In 2018, WWE has had a lot of really good moments. Starting off with having one of the greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-views in recent history, to the rise of the NXT roster going back to a place where it once was and probably elevated themselves past that. Even the women's divisions on both rosters have elevated themselves to a point where they had their first ever all-women's pay-per-view. But there are certain superstars who had an amazing 2018, especially compared to the 2017. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, where I give you guys 5 WWE superstars who had a breakout 2018. And before I get into the 5 superstars, obviously there's going to be a lot of superstars that had a great 2018. If I missed one of them, tell me in the comments down below. But for honorable mention, I do have to say this one definitely has to go to Ronda Rousey. For someone who has zero pro wrestling experience coming into the sport, I mean, she has definitely got to a point where she's far past, I would say, some of the women even on the main roster who've been wrestling for 2, 3, 6, 7 years. On top of her already well-known star power, I mean, her inside the ring is a whole new type of Ronda Rousey. Taking aspects of mixed martial arts and combining with pro wrestling, her matches are just something very entertaining to watch. And she can only go up from here, and apparently she might be main eventing WrestleMania next year. And I'm not opposed to that one bit whatsoever. But to start off the list with number 5 is Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy in 2017 compared to Buddy Murphy in 2018, oh lord, hasn't he improved a lot. Buddy Murphy at one point, if you ask me, looked like someone that was about to get cut from NXT anytime soon. After Alexa Bliss came up to the main roster, I mean, Blake and Murphy, they kind of lost their mouthpiece, which led to them losing a lot of momentum in the NXT tag team division. They weren't doing anything, the team has split up, apparently they had like some really tiny mini feud that just wasn't that good. It was only getting apparent that he was slowly but surely fading out the minds of the NXT universe and probably the NXT creative team. But after the release of Enzo Amore earlier this year, as well as Neville not showing back up in WWE, 205 Live needed brand new stars and a brand new champion. And they were bringing NXT talent and UK talent to 205 Live to take part in the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Murphy was introduced to that tournament. He showed up in killer good shape. Wow, the heck were you doing all this time? Murphy would secure a spot on 205 Live and would put on some amazing matches with pretty much everyone on the roster, including a no disqualification match against Mustafa Ali that, if you ask me, should be considered match of the year. That match is really good. You guys should check it out if you haven't seen it. But all that time and effort would pay off at the WWE Super Showdown, where Murphy would capture the Cruiserweight Championship in front of a home audience from the champion Cedric Alexander. Now rebranded as a Juggernaut, he's also the face of 205 Live and your current Cruiserweight Champion going into 2019. Number 4, Drew McIntyre. It's crazy to think that Drew McIntyre only came back to WWE in April of 2017. In a man's debut takeover match, he actually won the NXT Championship. That's crazy by itself. And while he had a really good 2017, his 2018 was definitely probably more impactful than anything's probably done in the past, like, 6 years maybe. Because in 2018, McIntyre would leave NXT and come up to the main roster, where he's now being positioned as one of the top guys on Monday Night Raw. His time down to NXT really proved that you do not need to be there for 3 or 4 years to really get yourself over if you're a returning superstar. Because as he left WWE as a 3MB member, or supposed to be like the chosen one, he came back as like this really jacked Scottish warrior type of gimmick that got over super quick and went straight to the main roster and is still working. While he hasn't captured a whole bunch of main roster gold right now, he is still a former Raw Tag Team Champion with Dolph Ziggler, and he's consistently been one of the best in-ring performers on the WWE main roster right now, with a highlight of having a match against Kurt Angle on Monday Night Raw where he made Kurt Angle tap out. You made an Olympic gold medalist for wrestling tap. You're doing something right, Drew. And it's safe to say in 2019, there's a good chance this man will probably be Universal Champion, and I'm sure praying for it. Number 3, TOMMASO Ciampa. Who is the greatest heel in the WWE right now? There's a couple people that come to mind. Who is the greatest pure heel in WWE right now? As much as people like him, they continue to boo him because he sucks. That is your current NXT champion, TOMMASO Ciampa. There is not one person in the WWE right now that's tapped into their character as well as TOMMASO Ciampa has this year. They're definitely putting on the greatest matches in NXT this year, and you can compare any of those matches to the ones on the main roster because he still probably had better ones than them too. His feud with Johnny Gargano this year has definitely set him on top of the NXT division, seeing that eventually he would become the NXT champion. Yeah, I think the guy is doing everything correct. In this age of wrestling, no one really gets booed anymore. Like, even the heels are always cheered because people love those guys. But if you want to talk about someone who has a huge support system, but he is still booed heavier than anyone else in WWE, it is TOMMASO Ciampa. And seeing that he'll still be NXT champion going into 2019, it's safe to say that he's probably gonna run that year too, just like how he ran this one. And if there's a main roster call up at the end of this NXT title reign, please don't mess it up. This guy, being for real, could and should be a WWE champion down the line. Just don't mess it up. It's so perfect. Don't mess him up. He's too good. Number 2, Becky Lynch. While the first half of 2018 probably wasn't her best, she really wasn't doing much. The last half of the year has literally made her into a megastar in the WWE. She's no longer one of the 4 horsewomen that never won the NXT Women's title. She's no longer just that girl that's Charlotte's ally, or that wrestler you just use on TV every now and then we kind of need to put over a new heel. Becky Lynch's SummerSlam heel turn this year has probably gone down as one of the best heel turns of all time. And this new Becky Lynch, calling herself the man, has really put herself over to a point where I can't see how they can mess this up. But we're talking about Vince McMahon, so I don't know about that one. Even with the feud that never culminated into a match with Ronda Rousey, that showed how much of a star she can be if she's given the opportunity. And she's taking the situation again, her face busted open by Nia Jax, and that actually helped her get even more over. So maybe you should thank Nia for breaking her face. Never thought I'd say that. And there's also heavy speculation that she could be Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania main event opponent. I really want that to happen. I really want that to happen. And number 1, Daniel Bryan. You can't tell me that anyone deserves to be higher ranked than Daniel Bryan. If you think otherwise, fickle. I don't even know what that means, honestly. I'm just gonna use it like it's a verb. Fickle yourself. A guy in 2017 was not cleared by the WWE, has not been able to wrestle in almost 2 years, went to pretty much every doctor in the world to see if he can get himself medically cleared to wrestle in the WWE again. He went from being a general manager in 2017 to ending 2018 as your WWE champion. It does not get better than that. His return at WrestleMania, while the match probably wasn't like the best in the world, it was definitely a very feel-good moment. And while it looked like his return to the WWE was slowly going to be a bust, right then and there, Daniel Bryan turned heel, shocking the entire world because no one saw that coming. I didn't. You definitely didn't. Whew. Fickle that. Still don't know what that means. Who ever thought that in 2018 we would be saying Daniel Bryan is your heel WWE champion? That Daniel Bryan would kill his own yes movement to say the word fickle and talk about vegan stuff. You stupid consumers. On top of even having his really good feud with The Miz earlier this year, Daniel Bryan has definitely had the best 2018 because look at the story. Long term, this is the greatest story of professional wrestling, maybe the last 20 years. Come up story from SummerSlam 2010 to winning the WWE Championship at SummerSlam 2013 to battling the Authority throughout the rest of the year, beating Triple H at the start of WrestleMania 30 and ending it as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, to having his last match while holding Intercontinental Championship gold, to being an on-screen general manager who wore cardigans and he still wears cardigans right now, and man oh man, they look soft as all hell. Those look very comfortable. To returning in 2018 into the same stadium where you won that WWE World Heavyweight Championship, to ending the year as the WWE Champion and you thought you could never wrestle again. If that is not a book, I don't know what is. Got me fickled up. But yeah, guys, if the video really enjoyed, in the comments down below, who else had a breakout 2018? Come back tomorrow because we're going to be talking about who fell off in 2018. Because there's a couple of guys, it's kind of sad. It's not their fault, obviously. It's definitely creatives. But yeah, guys, if the video really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, or subscribe. And we outie. Fickle yourself. I don't think it's a verb, though. I have no idea what that means. We're out.
1.5 on a ride. Die. When we slide, draw the line, pick a side.